places, which people have been using for ages. So what, whether it comes from a plant or it comes from a factory, fundamentally why people are using drugs is it gives them a crack in their mind where they can see life without the filter of the mind. So why people get hooked on to LSDs and other things is because it just gives them a vision of life in such a way that's so magnificent, they don't want to miss it, they want to pop it all the time. But after some time, it's just an addiction. After that, they can't help it. Initially, it was like a burst of freedom. But after some time, it's no freedom, it's a deep enslavement with the chemical that they're using. But the reason why they're going for it is because there is a burst of freedom and experience which is beyond normal perception of life. So what is giving that experience is not the chemical. The chemical is just creating a certain break in your mental process, that you're able to see life beyond that. As an experience, it's fantastic. But the means that you're using is stupid. The method is stupid. The longing is fine. You know, the 60s, people went on it in a big way, really searching. They thought they were going on a spiritual path. All that happened was, people ended up as junkies. Because their longing was fine, but the method is hopeless. Now I'm talking about yoga. What this means is to have an experience which is millionfold more than that, and be able to sustain it every moment of your life, and no negative impact on your life. People come to these experiences through drugs, isn't it? Yes. No, I'm not talking about yours. I'll come to you. Do you see a lot of people are going to it through drugs? Many people have experienced many things through drugs. Only thing is, they are on it for a few minutes or hours. When they come down, they're gone. They're in a bad state, both physically and mentally. If they do it over a period of time, their body itself is ruined. Their mind is ruined. They're good for nothing. They'll become like that. But the longing to experience something more than what you are is there in everybody. Isn't it? Isn't it so? It's there in everybody. You want to experience something more than what you are right now. The question is how to get there in a way where you can sustain it. If you take any inputs from outside, obviously you cannot sustain it. I am all the time doped. You know, I'm stoned all the time. But am I balanced enough? Am I balanced enough to conduct myself through the world? But in 24 hours I am stoned. If I want, I can just flip any moment. But I'm fine, because this is not coming from any external input. This is coming because we have evolved a way to look beyond the filter of the mind, always. Now, even without the drug, it can happen. Moments of danger are possibilities like this. See why? There are many people in the world today who want to do very risky sport. They want to jump off an airplane, they want to go whitewater rafting, they want to fall off a waterfall. You know, people want to do these things because those few moments of extreme danger just stills your mind. Now you have an experience which is like an explosion of energy in your body, a huge explosion of energy. It is not everything, but that itself is addicting. Though it is risky, though they break their bones, so many things happen. Do you see people going for it again and again and again? Because it's such a big experience. In those moments of extreme danger, your mind is still. That stillness of the mind is so addictive, so fantastic. But just for a few moments of that, you're risking everything. One thing is by doing chemicals. Another thing is by throwing yourself off a mountain. One way. Another way, it may just happen to you when you're not even ready for it because you created certain situations. I have met many people who did something this or that and suddenly they had a huge spiritual experience. But that was just for one situation, a few moments. When they came back, they are completely broken. They become totally miserable, depressed, broken, because they saw something so big, they experienced something so big, now they are back to their drab existence, they cannot take it. People become hugely depressed. There are any number of so-called spiritual processes are going on which just pushing people into big experience and dropping them. I have seen many people like this, they keep coming to me. Yoga means we are not looking at flipping you into an experience and dropping you back. We are talking about slowly building a ladder where gradually you climb and look beyond the wall. Let's say you're living within the four walls. Walls are tall. You think this is the world, isn't it? One day, somebody threw you up. You looked beyond the wall, a whole wide world. And you fall back behind the wall. You're going to be extremely miserable because you've had a glimpse of that. If you had not seen that, you would live your own drab life within the four walls. But now you have seen that. Either, if you have sense, it will drive you, inspire you to somehow go beyond the wall. Otherwise, it will depress you. So sudden experiences without the necessary preparation will always lead to this. So what we're trying to do now is build a proper foundation, slowly, step by step, build a ladder, very quietly, without any drama. After 6 months of simple practice, you will see, you will start doing Shambhavi. 6 months later, you see people who look at you, see, there's something about you. When I saw you 6 months ago, how you were, and today how you are, your very face, the way you are, everything about you has changed. Because slowly it has happened, very slowly. Like how you grew up, you were only this big, now you became this much. Suddenly it happened. You know what would happen to you? Something would burst, isn't it? Slowly, quietly happened. All the beautiful things in life don't happen with a bang. They happen very gently. Flowers will bloom very gently. Trees will grow very gently. Earth spins very gently, isn't it? No bang. You grew up very gently, isn't it? Without a sound. So your inner flowering also has to happen that way. Very quietly. It opened up one day. So, right now we are just creating a situation like that. Sudden experiences, if they've happened, just ignore that. Don't make that the basis of your life. Whatever your past experiences, don't make the basis of that as to what has to happen tomorrow. It happened like this one day. Somebody had an ache in the eye. Their eyes were aching. They came to Shankaran Pillai and said, my eyes have been aching so much. I went to every doctor in the world, but I have not found any relief. Can you do something for me? So Shankaran Pillai said, I had a similar problem. I think you could use my experience. Actually, I had a toothache. I went to every doctor in the town. Nothing happened till I got it pulled out. Shall we use the same experience?